Today I'm going to review the Fulton sweater blazer by Alina, so come back and check it out. Hey guys, it's Viv with Stitches and Seams. Thanks so much for coming back and joining me. And hello to all of the new subscribers. Today, I apologize straight off. I have a cold and I have a cough drop in my mouth to keep me from coughing. So if you hear gross noises, it's the cough drop and my cold. Please forgive me. So today we're going to be talking about the Fulton sweater blazer from Alina Sewing Design Company. Now, I don't know how I missed this. I must have been under a rock or something, but it came out a while ago. It was on Indie Sew. People have been sewing it up. And I was on Instagram one day, as you do, and, scrolling, and I saw it and I was like, what? Because of the neckline. So immediately I went and looked it up and saw what it was. And I like the idea of it not looking necessarily like a sweater, more like a blazer. You know what I mean? So I went ahead and got it, and I happen to have some Fabric Mart Ponte. Nothing special. I think this was one of Sue's picks one day, and it was like $2.99 a yard. So I got a crap load because we're always making black garments, and black Ponte is very, very useful. So yeah, when you see me looking down, I'm referencing the information on my phone. Sorry. So the Fulton sweater blazer is sizes 0 to 18, and that means from a bust of 32 to a bust of 44.5. Now, I am technically in between sizes. I'm in between a 12 and a 14 right now, but I went ahead and made a 12 because it does not close at the front. It's supposed to hang open. And I also am still trying to lose some more weight. So fingers crossed that that will be in the right direction. So yes, and I have a 41-inch bust, and the finished measurement for the size 12 on the bust is 41. So I went ahead and made the 12, and I made the shorter version. I think it's, view A. I did not make the full length. I'm a hobbit. I'm not tall. So anything that is like butt length on somebody else is thigh length on me. So, I mean, it's cool. I like it. It looks good. And we'll try to put some photos in here for you guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump into the actual sewing of the garment. It was super simple to print out and put together. No problems lining anything up. No problems cutting anything out. It was pretty straightforward. The first, I'm trying to remember, because it's actually a fairly simple garment to construct apart from the collar. So I'm trying to remember how many steps it was, but it's the first few steps is basically you join the back, the two backs, then you join the back to the front at the shoulders, and then you begin working on the collar. Now the collar is a bit tricky. It's not a U shape. It's more of a, I don't know what kind of shape you would call that. It's like a falling down U. It's kind of like that, It's not like a sharp collar, so it's kind of more open U, about just something like that. And then when you put the facings in, that's where you get all those angles at. And so you have the collar, which is two pieces. You have the facing, which is one piece, and then you have the actual garment, which is one piece. So you're sewing through all those layers of thicknesses on a Ponte, and it can get a little difficult, but I mean, it's nothing that, if your machine is running well, you shouldn't have any issues with it. I mean, mine didn't, but I do take care of my machine pretty meticulously. So anyway, the instructions were very clear, very easy to read, no problem. I didn't have any issues understanding them until I got to the collar part. And I read them, and I read them again. And I got up and went and got a cup of coffee, and I came back and I read them again. And then I noticed that there was a video tutorial to go along with that. So I clicked on the link and watched the video tutorial a couple times, scratched my head a little bit, and rewound and started again. Eventually I got there, but it is a tricky bit of precise sewing. So this is not something that you want to do at 2 o'clock in the morning, or if you've had a little rosé or prosecco, you want to be on your game. So yeah, I think on the right side, I ended up unpicking that about 8 times before I finally got something that I was like, okay, I'm happy with. I'm not happy with it. Let's just say that it'll work. I think part of my problem was that it was black fabric, and it's hard to mark. None of my marks were staying because they brush away, and it's knit, so the marks you can't draw like with a pen as if it were a lighter fabric. So that was kind of a pain in the rear end. So I was using my Clover chalk wheel, and the chalk just brushed off too quickly, and I would lose my, because she has you draw on the stitching lines on those points so that you can nail them, because it's important that you nail them, because if you don't, you lose that sharp thing, the sharp collar points. So yeah, I would highly recommend that you take your time with that part, but other than that is really it. This is mine. Like I said, I did view A, and I did the long sleeve. And what's funny is I had cut the cuffs for 3/4, because I guess in my head I was going to make the 3/4 length, but forgot to cut the sleeve 3/4. And then when I tried it on, I was like, oh no, I kind of like the long sleeves, and so did Jack. So we left that, but I had to cut the sleeves off because, again, short. But when I cut the sleeve, it was a great bit that I just sewed back on after I double folded it and made the cuff out of it. So there we go for that. But yeah, it's really nice. It's really sharp looking. I really, 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 really love that neckline. I have 2 more pieces of Ponte incoming, white and a blush pink for the same blazer. I may or may not shorten it, like one kind of like high hip length, because this one, version A, and I didn't do any adjustments to the length, hits me just like at the top of my thigh. You know what I mean? It's like it's like all the way past my bum. But you'll see in the photos, so don't worry about that. But yeah, I really, really like it. I think it's one of those things that you're not gonna be able to see it, sorry. It's one of those things that just kind of bumps up your sweater game a little bit, so you don't really look like you're momming it. And it just makes it just looks sharp. I don't know. That's all I got. It looks sharp, you guys. There, I don't know if you'll be able to see that. So, but I do. I just really, really love it. And it's supposed to lay flat, but there we go. I just love it. I absolutely love it. I hope you try it. It's worth it. I think it's a really nice piece to have in your wardrobe, and I think that you can dress this up and dress it down. If you look on the website, and we'll include the links to the pattern and everything, they've styled it several different ways, and I really like how they did it. It's snazzy. That's all there is to it, really. So if you haven't tried it yet, please do give it a try, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. So that's it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I appreciate you all coming back. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye.